crazy to see how many men are choosing to stay single, to go their own way, to not pursue dating or women. Part of it is that they want to pursue their purpose, grow themselves, become better versions of themselves. But a lot of it has to do with a lot of the toxicity that's in society right now. And I don't blame them. But I think this trend is also pointing to a very crucial answer and a very simple answer to a question that many women are asking and tend to get the answer wrong. And that question is, what is it that men truly want? And it's not sex, even though we like sex, we want that, but that's not what we truly want. What we truly want is peace. And when I think back to my divorce 5 years ago, transitioning out of a 10-year relationship that was quite toxic, it was hard for me to get into a relationship again, not because I was scarred for life from that experience. It was more so I wanted to be very cautious because I did not have a peaceful household for 10 years when I was with my ex. There would be so many times when I'd be coming home from work and essentially dreading what I was going to encounter when I got home. It was like my ex was ready for conflict every single day that I'd get off work. It would either be something that I did wrong, something that I forgot to do, or something out of left field that I didn't anticipate. And all of a sudden, as soon as I opened the door, I'm in the wrong for something that I had no idea about. This sounds familiar to you. I hope that you were able to get out of that toxic environment and get into, your own space and create your own safe haven. But 10 years of that, it made me realize that I just want to have peace in my life. And I've been very fortunate to have dated a couple women since my divorce who have shown me what peace looks like in a relationship. And I'm so grateful to have those experiences because it gives me so much hope that it is still possible, even in today's world, even with all the toxicity towards men nowadays. And so for those of you women who are watching this video, I want to give you an example, or I want to paint a picture of what peace looks like for men in a relationship and what would make it worth it for them to pursue dating and pursue being in a relationship with you again. And this comes from my experience, also talking to many men who have come out of toxic relationships. And there's a general consensus that many men would rather be alone than be in a relationship with a woman who doesn't bring them peace. We'd rather be alone in peace versus being with someone and not having peace. But I think we all agree that we would absolutely love to have our peace and share that with a good woman. So with that said, let me share with you 4 different things that need to be present in a relationship in order for peace to exist, not just for men, but also for the woman as well. And those 4 things are empathy, compassion, loyalty, and respect. And empathy and compassion, for men specifically, actions speak louder than words in these 2 realms. And a common example that's talked about that triggers many women, it's kind of hilarious, is when men say at the end of the day, long day at work, I just want to come home to my wife and have her make me a sandwich. And, it's funny to see women get all triggered by the statement, thinking that, they just want me to submit to a man. They want to bring us back to those stone ages where, they want me to be this traditional wife where we played like gender roles. That's not what men want. And I don't think that's even possible in today's society. It's a different world compared to 50 years ago. And men can cook for themselves. We can even buy services. We can even buy takeout if we don't want to cook. It's not the point. It's when a woman takes the opportunity to prepare a meal for a man, in this case, it's a sandwich, it's showing the man compassion and empathy in the sense that they recognize that we've gone out all day to work, in a lot of cases, 10, 12-hour days, sometimes even longer, not having much of a break at all, not being able to eat much at all, and doing something for them that they could do for themselves and knowing that it's going to make their life easier is the best sign of empathy and compassion that a woman can show to a man. And I think it goes vice versa. But if we're talking about men here, that's why men absolutely love when a woman has the ability or knows how to cook and to prepare a meal for them. They don't need it, but it goes a long way in terms of demonstrating, empathy and compassion in a relationship, which contributes to the overall peace that you can have between each other. So empathy and compassion are two very important aspects to have and to bring to the table. You're not the table, ladies, okay? But bring empathy and compassion to the table. The two other pieces, loyalty and respect. I think loyalty is pretty straightforward. It's just appalling and disappointing to see how many men and women are quick to cheat. And it's become this vindictive, childish behavior that has become so prevalent that it's so sad to see and disappointing to see in today's day and age. But I think it goes to say that loyalty is needed in order to have peace in a relationship, because nobody wants to think about possibly losing the person that they're being open and vulnerable with and sharing their heart with. Nobody wants to lose that. And yeah, there's the time commitment, there's the money invested into the relationship, but I think it's more so the vulnerability and opening your heart to someone that you feel that you can trust, that will take care of you and not do anything to hurt you. That's the most devastating part, when someone cheats on you. So loyalty is absolutely important. And, for those of you who are using dating apps, I mean, if you have to use them, use them. I truly feel, in my opinion, that it's completely destroyed people's ability to stay loyal to someone. Because if ever you've gone on these dating apps, it gives you this inflated false sense of available options for you. And what you don't realize is that those options that you get on there are not quality options. Yeah, there's lots of options, but they're not quality options. And it makes people believe that if something isn't working out in your relationship, that it's that much easier to find somebody else, which is absolutely not the case. So if you need to use dating apps, I get it. But if you can stay away from that stuff just destroys your perception of a valuable option that you could pursue in terms of a relationship. And respect is another straightforward piece. You want to be respectful towards each other in terms of treating each other how you want to be treated. So I think it's pretty obvious, like, don't belittle someone, don't publicly shame someone or humiliate someone. That's something that my ex used to do to me in front of her friends and even on social media. I'm like, why don't you just talk to me? Like, it's like you're painting me into a villain on these platforms and when we're in front of your friends and family. And we had an argument about it, but I'm like, no, like, I don't do this to you. I don't shame you for any mistakes that you make. Like, why are you airing our dirty laundry in front of your friends and family and on social media? Like, that's not appropriate. And respect also means respecting each other for who you are, your upbringing, your limitations, your skills, what you like, what you don't like, how you like to dress, how you like to look. Yes, there's such a thing as hygiene and being presentable, but outside of that, there's someone's personality that you need to respect as well. And if it doesn't jive, it doesn't jive. But just be respectful that we're all different and unique, and that's what makes us beautiful. So when you can have empathy, compassion, loyalty, and respect, that's when real trust can be built between both. And then when you have trust, then you can have open communication and vulnerability. And regardless of whatever life throws at both of you, you know that you can work through every challenge together and you can maintain the peace, because those are elements in place in your relationship. And ultimately, that's what men, and yes, what women want, but ultimately that's what men want, is we just want peace. And if we can't have that in a relationship, we're going to be alone by ourselves and in our own peace. And we don't want to be with someone who takes that all away, who fucks it all up. So those are my thoughts. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on what men really want. Leave them in the comments below. But thanks again for watching my video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace out.